What's up everybody, it's Ghost here, and as promised, here is my video of all the Brand of Sacrifice vinyl Lifeblood releases. This includes all the commercial variants from Rising merch and indie merch, and for good fun I threw in Brand of Sacrifice God Hand, because why not? So let's get into it. So, there are a lot. 13 to be exact. 14 with the God Hand. I know people want to get a good look at the variants, so I'm sorry this quality of this video is not that good, but I will make sure to take some high quality pictures of them to put them in the video, and of course I will show them in this video too. But yeah, it's not as good quality. I will also make an Instagram post so you can look at the photos individually, which of course my Instagram will always be in the description. I will also include this version, because this is the only other Brand of Sacrifice vinyl I own, other than the Lifeblood variants, of course. I still need the Interstice, but that one is pretty rare. You can't really get them unless you buy it from someone, which I may have to go after at some point, but for now I'm satisfied with this. So let's get into it, and let's start with God Hand. As you can see, I've put them all in these protective sleeves, because yeah, I don't want the cases even to get damaged, because that's just, that just sucks, you know. So yeah, but yeah, let's look at this one first. All of these are colored or clear or whatever. So let's start with this one. This one is a clear one. So yeah, here's the case. I don't know if you can see it. This is the vinyl. This is a clear with orange and purple splatter. I think it looks really cool. And a fun fact about this one, actually, is there is an error on this. I believe this goes for all of them. They haven't been reprinted. So if you look on here, it says Fortress, which is one of the songs, and it's a misspelling of Fortress, which is unfortunate, but also kind of funny. It's actually acknowledged by the band. So that's kind of cool, I guess. It's kind of funny. So yeah, this is the God Hand variant. Very cool. Actually, a fun thing about this, this was in stock for a long time at Indie Merch, and then at some point I saw in the Branded Ones Facebook group that it was going for like, what was it, like $70, and I was like, wait, what? I bought this a few months ago from Indie Merch for like, what is it, like 25, something like that. But yeah, it's not available on there anymore, and it's going up in price, so I'm really glad I got this one before it went to that point. So yeah, I'm sorry for the people who weren't really waiting for that and just wanted to see the Lifeblood versions, but hey, it's my video. So now, let's jump into the Lifeblood variants. As I said, there are 13 different variants. There are 2 stores, Indie Merch and Rising Merch. 3 of them are from Rising, the rest is from Indie. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of get into it. I think I'll do a release order, because some of them were on the site before others. So let's go with the first ones that were available. So yeah, the first 3 that were available were 2 blue Splatter vinyls and 1 with red and blue. So let's get into the Splatter ones first. So here I have the first blue Splatter vinyl. This is the Rising merch one, but let's first take a look at the cover itself, because it looks so sick. It has the same monster from the God Hand here at the bottom, and the same girl up here. It looks so cool. So here it is. And I have to say, something interesting about these, the Lifeblood variants, is that on all of them it says BOS001, which of course is Brand of Sacrifice 001, but I thought maybe all the variants would have a different number, but I guess not, which is fine. I don't know exactly what it is for, probably the first wave before it gets a massive reprint, which is yet to come, if it ever comes. Even the Interstice hasn't had a good reprint, so yeah. So yeah, the Rising ones all come in a black sleeve, and the Indie Merch ones all come in a white sleeve. I don't know why that is, it just is. So let's take a look. So yeah, here it is. Looks very cool, even though it's kind of one of the more simpler ones in my opinion. It's just blue with splatter. Very nice. I think it goes very well with the covers, but I think it looks really cool. Well yeah, not much to say about this one. Let's get into the other blue splatter one. So yeah, here's the other one. Let's get the white sleeve out. I really like this one too. I like that this splatter has two different colors. It has the white spots and the purple spots. Even though this one is not as filled with splatter, if that makes sense, like the red one from just now was way more red than this one is purple or white. I still think this one looks very cool. I really like the purple. A fun fact about this one was the picture they showed wasn't really that different because of course you don't really know how the vinyls turn out before you start printing them, so they had two pictures that were kind of similar. So I actually asked the band if they were different variants. I just DM'd them. I thought, who would know better than the band themselves, you know? But they told me that they were different variants, and of course they are, so I ended up picking up both. And also the third one, which was a red and blue variant, because I was like, okay, so there are three, I have two of them. Might as well complete the collection. But little did I know that was only the start, because there are a lot of variants. So yeah, let's get into the red and blue one. I have to say, I'm actually very happy with how all of these were shipped, because none of them had like broken pieces, or it was ripped at the top or at the bottom or at the side, which is really cool, because sometimes when you get vinyl shipped, the vinyl inside the case just starts wobbling around and just it breaks the thing. But that happened with none of my variants, which I'm very happy with, and I feel sorry for those who have had that, although I haven't seen any do that. Maybe that's more of a thing if you buy vinyl used. So yeah, here's the red and blue variant. Of course, again, the white sleeve, because it's a indie merch exclusive. So here it is. Look at that. I think this side's pretty cool, but my favorite side is this side, because I really like the blue in the middle and how it kind of fades into the red. Very cool. So yeah, again, not very much to say about this one. It's just a very cool two-color variant. So yeah, at this point there were only 3 different variants. And then Rising Merch had another one pop up, which is the one we're going to look at next. So let's take a look. And another thing I want to mention about the actual like sleeve. It has one side that opens up, because it's like a folding one. Like it has a big piece of art right here. But I noticed the Rising ones have 2 openings on both sides, while the Indie Merch ones only have one on one side, which is, I don't know, I thought it was just a cool thing to mention. It's the difference between the two. So yeah, like I said, this is one of the Rising variants. It has 2 openings. Strange. I really like how this one looks. I like this side a bit better, because it has more black and a little more like fading. Really cool version. Again, you can't really see it in the video, but I will have an awesome picture of it. But I really like this one. This one is one of the first ones that came in. So yeah, after this one was out, of course I bought it. I was like, oh, there's one more. I have to keep the collection complete, you know. And the timing of the releases were pretty good. So I was like, sure, I'll buy it. But then, they had to release more. But of course. So the next 2 variants that came out were the Orange Blaze and the Purple Rain variants. They came both at the same time to Indie Merch, and I was like, I'm so far in, I have to get these 2. These are probably the last 2. They weren't the last 2. Let's take a look at these. I didn't expect when I first got them to see the red detail, but I really like it. I think this side is a little bit less cool, because here it's kind of empty, but on this side, it really accentuates the black stripes. It almost makes me think of like a tiger or something. Looks very cool, but I don't like it as much as the Purple Rain one, because I think that might be my favorite one of them all. So let's take a look at that one. This one looks so sick. I love the purple and black. I really love, I don't know if you can see it, but it has like blue little details. I think that's so cool. I love this variant so much. Just look at it. Just a beautiful vinyl. Even when it's like against the light, you can kind of see through it. So sick. So yeah, these 2 were released, and of course I bought them because they looked sick. And after them, there were 2 more released. The Candy Crush and the Literal Hell, which were 2 more from Indie Merch, which also looked sick. So let's get into those. Oh yeah, and as I'm putting this one back, of course every single one comes with this little sheet with all the lyrics and the songs. Very cool. Also, a tip for vinyl collectors who are maybe new, kind of like me. If you buy multiple of the same albums and the cover and everything is just the same, and you keep them in these sleeves, I have these little labels so I know which variant is which one, which is just very handy if you're organizing your collection. It's just a quick tip I wanted to give. I think it might be obvious to a lot of people, but for those who don't know. So yes, here it is, the first one of the two next ones we're going to look at. Again, a lot of indie merch. There's only one more Rising merch, which is the last one I'm going to cover, but this is the literal hell one. And I have to say, it looks very cool. It's like a brownish orange, and I really like these light spots because it almost seems as if it's see-through, but these are actually very bright just colors on there. It gives it really that touch. Overall, very cool. But I do think I consider the counterpart of this one a bit better, the Candy Crush. So let's take a look at that right now. So yeah, here it is, Candy Crush. And as you might think of the name, it's very bright, very colorful. Has a lot of different little color spots like orange and purple. I really like how the bright parts on the one we looked at before this, the literal hell, kind of resemble this one a little bit. Of course not completely, but it's almost like a little bit of Candy Crush got into the literal hell. So yeah, after this, as you know, I already pre-ordered a bunch of these. And then, what do they decide to do? Like superheroes? The next variant they release are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle variants. Of course, there are 4 of them, and I was really contemplating if I was gonna get these or not, because there are 4 of them. But yeah, in the end, I did decide to do it, because I was like, I'm too far in now. I gotta keep the collection complete, right? In total, there are 5 different superhero variants. Of course, I said the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's one more, but we'll keep that for last. So yeah, let's take a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. Let's start with Raphael. So this is the Raphael one. As you may see, to me, it's not really that red, you know? It almost has a little hint of pink in there. It almost a little bit magenta-ish. But that might also be because I'm looking at it through light, which also gives it, of course, more brightness. But I still think this one looks very cool. My favorite one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle variants is the Donatello version, because I just love the combination of like this green and like purple. It looks really cool. As you may notice, I like purple. I don't know. But yeah, this is the first one. Let's get the next one. So yeah, I'm sorry if the camera angle just switched a little bit. My phone stopped recording for some reason, but I noticed it quick enough to not show any other vinyls before noticing. So here is the next one. It's Michelangelo. I really like this one as well. Of course, the green is always nice, but this one is a little more solid orange, so it doesn't seem as see-through, even with the light behind it, in my opinion. So yeah, I really like this one as well. Let's get into the next one. So yeah, here is Leonardo. Now this Leonardo has a little less black than the other ones have, I'd say, but I still really like it. This one still has that same like solid blue, just like the Michelangelo one, like less see-through. I believe the Donatello one is a little more see-through, but yeah, I don't mind. It still looks very nice. Of course, can't have the turtles without Leonardo, am I right? So yeah, let's get into the final turtle, Donatello. And as you can see, it's a little more like that see-through thing I mentioned. And it even has a little bit of white detail I'm noticing now. I don't think the other ones had that. But I really like that one. As I said, this one's my favorite turtle. Or, not necessarily the turtle, but this variant is my favorite of the turtle variants. Because these colors just go so well together, in my opinion. Very cool. Just imagine if they had another turtle variant that was just like a pizza, just the pepperonis on there. Yes, like I said, the last one is a Rising merch one, so we have another black case or sleeve, whatever. So yeah, here it is. This one has an interesting design with the how it's almost like a tennis ball shape, which is pretty cool. This one, yeah, even though it's interesting, it's a bit more simple than some of the others, I'd say. I still really like it though, but some people might say this is not their favorite. But yeah, you do you, I guess. I still really like it. So yes, those were all the variants I have. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments down below, and why, because all of these are just awesome, but which one is your favorite? So before I move on, might as well show I've also got it on CD, because, I mean, if I have all the vinyls, why not get it on CD as well? I mean, these are probably the most common out of all of these, because all of these are limited to a certain amount. And of course I also have the interest on CD, because I have to get it on some platform, and I know there are different variants of this on CD as well, which I have to get at some point as well, but I guess we'll see. So I still want to talk about 2 more variants of the Lifeblood album, because there are the master copies, I think they're called, or if they have a different title, I'll put it right here, which were actually given away with the release of Lifeblood. I tried to enter, but I didn't win, but oh well, I have enough copies, I guess. And then there's also this weird variant I found online when I was just researching the album. I saw the picture. It was almost like the blue Splatter one, but with orange details, which was pretty strange to me, because that one was not on the side. It was an actual official picture, by the way. The URL was back to Indie Merch, which was strange, because when I clicked it, it didn't work. It was just an error, I think. Or it just went to the normal catalog of Brand of Sacrifice albums and merch and whatever. So I don't know if that's a variant that they wanted to release, or if it was cancelled. I don't know. Maybe if they're watching, maybe you can elaborate, but I doubt they will. So yeah, I guess that's all the variants. I think that's where I'm gonna wrap the video up, because I've been recording for way longer than I anticipated. I'm almost at 45 minutes of recording, because I had to get all of these out of the packaging and back into packaging, but that's fine. I'll of course condense the video to a shorter thing for you. So yeah, I guess that's it. If you enjoyed it and you liked the video, please reward me with a thumbs up, because it really helps me boost the video, I guess. And yeah, like I said, let me know which variant is your favorite. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this or other metal related videos, be sure to subscribe down below. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.